Hi friends, this week's recipe is a dessert made with plantains, cassava, and tapioca pearls. This is one of my favorite desserts, but the original recipe can be on the heavy and overly sweet side, and so I've modified this recipe to be more health conscious. Please join me in this short video and I'll show you how to make a diet-friendly dessert without sacrificing the taste. For this recipe, we need the following ingredients: cassava, plantains or manzano bananas, pandan leaves, coconut water, sugar, tapioca pearls, coconut milk, salt, and roasted crushed peanuts. We can use fresh or frozen cassava in this recipe. The frozen is really convenient if we need to save some time. For the plantains, they should be ripe. The dark black spots on the skin is a good indication that the plantain is ripe and ready to be used. If using the frozen cassava, simply cut it in half. Remove the fibrous core. Now cut each section in half again. And then we cut the cassava into chunks. If we use fresh cassava, it's a little bit more work. Let's start by cutting off the ends. To make the task of peeling the skin a little bit easier, cut the cassava into thirds. Using a paring knife, make one deep cut through the skin. The skin is thick and we'll hear it snap when we cut through it. Now work the blade under the skin. If we cut through the skin just right, it will peel right off. We can then use a vegetable peeler to take off the remaining skin. Again, we cut the cassava into bite-sized pieces. Transfer the fresh or frozen cassava into a bowl of cool water, and we'll let it soak for 1 hour. Fill a saucepan halfway with water and then add the cassava. Let's sprinkle in just a little bit of salt. Bring the water to a boil over high heat. Now give it a quick stir. Turn down the heat to low and let it cook for 5 minutes. We can now transfer the cassava to a colander and let it drain. To cook the plantains, fill a pot halfway with water and bring to a boil. Add the plantains or bananas into the pot. Note the skin is still on. Cover the pot and cook on low for 5 minutes. Now take them out of the hot water and let them cool for about 10 minutes. Letting the plantains or bananas cool will help them firm up a bit so they won't get mushy when we cut them. Now we remove the skin and we cut into bite-sized pieces. I like to cut them at a slight angle to differentiate them from the cassava. For the pandan leaves, let's make 2 small bundles. Tie one of the leaves around a smaller stack of pandan leaves. If it's difficult to find fresh or frozen pandan leaves, we can use a 1/4 teaspoon of pandan extract. For the tapioca pearls, we just need to give them a quick rinse with water, and then drain well. In a medium saucepan, add the coconut water, and then the sugar. I cut back on the sugar in this recipe, but if you like it really sweet, add 1 cup instead of half a cup. Set the heat to low and continue stirring until the sugar is dissolved. At this time, we also want to add the pandan leaves. Add the cassava into the syrup, and then add the plantains or bananas. Gently push everything into the syrup. The level of the coconut water should barely cover the bananas and cassava. If there's not quite enough, add a little bit more coconut water. And now we can let it cook on low heat for 5 minutes. Next, we can add the tapioca pearls. And then we gently stir together with the rest of the ingredients. Continue cooking until the tapioca pearls turn translucent. This takes about 3 to 4 minutes. We turn off the heat and add the coconut milk. The coconut milk is also an ingredient that I scaled back on. The original recipe uses 2 cups of coconut milk, which can be really heavy. If you like it really rich and don't mind the calories, feel free to add more coconut milk. Again, stir gently so we don't break the plantains or cassava pieces. Lastly, we add just a dash of salt, and we're all finished. Let the dessert cool for at least 5 minutes and it will thicken up further. This dessert is best enjoyed warm or at room temperature. To serve, spoon a generous amount into a dessert bowl, and then sprinkle with the roasted crushed peanuts. Enjoy! Hi, I hope you've enjoyed this easy how-to video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post below. For full recipes, check out RunAwayRice.com. I work on new recipes each week, so please subscribe to my channel to stay tuned. This is Trang wishing you good eating and good health. Thanks for watching.